So now let me just talk a little bit about how this conference happened for me in the first place. So today I'm actually going to Chicago.
Nick Miller from the streets of Chicago.
To my first research conference as a graduate student. The conference is called Society of Rheology or SOR. I'm gonna be presenting a poster there. Hopefully I can take you along and it should be fun.
We're waiting for you. It's already 2 and you never called. Yeah.
I have too much stuff. This poster, this umbrella, this bag, my backpack, too much. So if you don't know me, which is probably the case, I'm Sagar and I'm a second year mechanical engineering PhD student at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. It's raining outside pretty heavily. I think I'm gonna have to take an Uber to the train station. Hi.
Hi. Sorry. No, take your time. No worries. Unless you're in huge work.
It was raining, but I obviously didn't have a cover for my poster or didn't have a poster tube, so I was scared that my poster was gonna get wet. But my Uber driver was super nice and she had apparently like a really huge garbage bag in her car, so she gave that to me to keep the poster in so that my poster wouldn't get wet. So 11 on 10. Thank you, Uber driver.
Since I saw you here in this neighborhood, we've both had some time to change our minds and settle in our ways. But I wonder, does your love still sound the same? You call me once upon a winter night, yeah, compelled by nostalgia we.
Okay, so I'm finally here at the Chicago Union Station. I just got off the train and had lunch. It's around 1 p.m. Now I think I'm gonna head to the hotel first, meet with my lab mates, and then head to the conference from there. So now let me just talk a little bit about how this conference happened for me in the first place. So sometime during the summer, my advisor asked me if I wanted to present my work, if I wanted to present a poster on my work at this conference, SOR 2022 in Chicago. First of all, why would you ever say no to a conference? It's basically like a paid vacation kind of a thing, so always say yes. Secondly, as soon as he asked, I immediately looked up the hotel the conference was gonna be at. It's at Grand Sheraton, Chicago, and the hotel is like really nice, really fancy, so I got super excited. And obviously you also get to present your research that you worked really hard on in front of fellow scientists, so that's always a plus. So anyway, I think I'm gonna take a Uber to the hotel now, and I think I can take all the Ubers I want because I am going to get reimbursed for all of this, or at least so I think. So let's hope for the best. Can I check into my room? I made a booking in Sagar Chaudhary. Chaudhary, Chaudhary.
All things know, all things know. We sold our clothes to the state. I don't mind, I don't mind.
Rheological experiments because of the practical experiment. If you're going to say too much about the synthesis method.
Okay, so I'm finally here at the Sheraton Hotel at the conference. So I came here around 3:10 p.m. That was around the time when the coffee break was happening, so I had some coffee and some snacks. I got my tag which says my name. I also got the conference program. So right after the coffee break, it was my advisor's turn to give his talk, so I attended that talk. He was talking about the dynamics of ring polymers, and then there were a bunch of other talks talking about theory and simulations centered around the same topic. So right now I'm gonna go back to the hotel, chill for a bit, maybe get changed, and then I'm gonna come back here at around 8 p.m. There's a banquet that's gonna happen, and a professor is gonna be awarded the Bingham Medal. It's supposed to be the highest honor in the community of rheology. Apparently there's a tradition that whoever gets the Bingham Medal actually gets roasted, but Unfortunately, this year the professor who is getting the award is not here, so probably that's not going to happen this year, which is sad because it sounded really fun and I really wanted to see it. But anyway, it's fine. There's gonna be nice food, so that's good. Okay, right now I'm gonna head back to the hotel and be back at around 8. The rain's really annoying me. I should have brought my umbrella.
Made a lot of mistakes in my mind, in my mind. You came to take us. All things go, all things go.
Okay, so it's later in the day. I am back at the hotel. It's around 7. This hotel room is really nice, but it looked really big in the pictures, but it's really not that big, which is very, very deceptive. I don't know what wide angle lens they use to take all these pictures. You know, it's a scam. It's completely but anyway, I can show you some of the hotel room. So the price for this hotel is definitely worth the view. It's pretty cool. We are on the 13th floor and it's in the downtown Chicago area. For this hotel we paid like $300 a night, so we were booked it for 3 days, so we had to pay like $900 in total, which is really expensive seeing the size of this room. So this is like the bedroom of the hotel. Over there, over here we have the bathroom area. We have a closet. We also have an iron. Really nice art in the bathroom, but they didn't give us any body wash or anything. They only have soap, which sucks actually. Okay, now let's come to the living room area. This is like the living room. This is Hung. Say hi to the video. This is another TV that we have. We're supposed to actually have a sofa bed, which they promised in the booking, but this is only a sofa, which is again a scam. So $900 is not worth it. This is the kitchen and the dining area, which is pretty cool, honestly. We also have a refrigerator, microwave. I think this is a dishwasher. Probably, I don't know. This is like a little coffee machine, tea. We also have hot plates. Also, it's a complete kitchen. Okay, so we are going to the banquet right now, and it's supposed to be $100 meal, and we'll eat it and then we'll review it and then let you know how $100 meal tastes like, or maybe not if I forget about it. No guarantees on this video.
In my mind, I made a lot of mistakes. In my mind, in my mind, you came to take us. All things go to recreate us.
So after the banquet dinner, we actually very randomly decided to go to a jazz bar, the Green Mill in Chicago, which actually turned out to be a pretty good decision because it was super fun.
And so I'm through with love.
After which, we decided to be sensible people and returned back to the hotel for a good night's sleep.
All things go, all things go.
So it's the next day. I already had breakfast at the hotel in the morning. Now it's a little later in the day. It's around 10:30, 10:45. Today, my advisor just emailed me this morning asking me to have lunch with him and my collaborator on the project at around 12. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Okay, I'm heading to the conference right now. Hopefully this is audible. It's about to be 12. I think I'm gonna make it in time for the lunch with my advisor and my collaborator. Anyway, so I didn't bring the poster with me because my poster session is in the evening. So I don't want to carry it around with me all day. I can just go back to the hotel and get the poster when it's time. Okay, so I'm now back from the lunch. It was pretty productive. We talked about what progress we have made and what possible directions we could take the project in the future. So it was pretty good. Now I'm back to the conference. I attended a few talks. I think I'm gonna attend a few more, and I think the coffee breaks around 3:30 something, which is when I think I'm gonna head back to the hotel, chill for a bit, practice my poster for the session, and then be back at the time of the session.
A few moments later.
The conference went really well, after which I actually went to Luminati's with a group of people, which is supposed to be the best deep dish pizza in Chicago. According to Chicago people, not me. The pizza was actually really good though, and we had a lot of fun there. It was a really nice way to celebrate the end of the conference. Okay, so I'm in the Chicago subway right now. My poster session was pretty successful. I talked to a lot of people, I explained my work. They all seemed pretty interested, which always surprised me, like, oh, you're interested in my work. We are actually going to Northwestern right now to visit and roam around, see the campus and everything, and then we'll go to the train station and get back to Champaign. Alright, so I'm here in the Northwestern campus right now. It's a beautiful, beautiful campus. There's a lake behind me, which is super cool. And all the buildings here are so old, they look so nice. It definitely feels like this campus has a character to it. I would say this campus is definitely way better than UIUC's campus because, we have all those flat lands and basically a brick building. So I think Songon and Hung, my lab mates, they are at a Starbucks nearby. I am going to join them for a bit, and then I guess we're gonna go back to the hotel to pick up our luggage because we left it there. We're gonna have lunch, and then we're gonna go back to the train station to catch our train, which is at 4.
Oh, take it or leave it just the way it was.
Just take it or leave it. Just take it or leave it. Just take it or leave it, baby.
Right. Yeah, but it's true.
Where are you, baby? It's been a few years since I saw you here in...
Okay, so a couple of random things have happened. We were actually cutting it a bit too close with the time of our train, and when we arrived at the station, we actually missed it. So yeah, that was a bit inconvenient, and then we didn't really know what to do. We went to the train ticket counter and we were like, oh, is there any other train for Champaign for tonight? He was like, oh, there is another train, but it's at 8 p.m. So we were like, yeah, can we get transferred to that train? And then he looked it up. He's like, oh no, that train is completely sold out. Then he was like, oh, there is another option. There's actually a Greyhound bus leaving to Champaign at 5:35. Greyhound station was shady in general. The buses, they're not that great, get delayed all the time. The guy at the ticket counter, he told us that, okay, there is another option. You can actually take a train to Bloomington, Illinois, and from there you can, it's close enough to Champaign, you can figure something out. So we asked them to change our tickets, and the train leaves to Bloomington at 7:10 p.m. Hopefully we make it to Bloomington, and hopefully we get an Uber from there, or we figure something out. We actually did end up reaching Bloomington and got an Uber from there to Champaign, so everything actually worked out.
On the same, you call me once upon a winter night.